NBA fans, hold on tight because this might just be one of the most shocking developments of the offseason. Jonathan Kuminga, the Golden State Warriors' rising star, is reportedly showing no intention of staying with the team unless his demands are met, and we're talking about a jaw-dropping $30 million per year contract demand that's sending shockwaves across the league. This is not just another rumor, this is a storyline that could shape the future of the Warriors dynasty, and it's unfolding right before our eyes. Imagine the Golden State Warriors without Kuminga. Yes, it sounds unreal, but the tension brewing behind the scenes might make it a reality sooner than anyone expected. So, what exactly is going on here? Why is Kuminga taking such a firm stance, and how are the Warriors reacting to this? Let's break down this bombshell news with every detail you need to know. First, let's talk about Jonathan Kuminga's journey and why he's become such a vital piece of the Warriors' puzzle. Drafted 7th overall in 2021, Kuminga was seen as a raw but incredibly athletic forward with sky-high potential. Fast forward to 2025, and he's blossomed into one of the most promising young players in the league. His explosive scoring, elite defense, and ability to attack the rim have made him a nightmare matchup for opponents. He's not just a role player anymore, he's become a cornerstone for the Warriors' future. But that future is now hanging in the balance, and it all comes down to money, respect, and the desire to be treated as the franchise player he believes he is. Reports say that Kuminga's camp has drawn a line in the sand. They want a deal that reflects his growth and potential, with $30 million per season as the baseline. For context, that's the kind of money reserved for top-tier stars, the players who dominate both ends of the floor and can carry a franchise. Does Kuminga fall into that category right now? That's the million-dollar question, or rather, the $30 million question. The Warriors, a team that's already dealing with one of the highest payrolls in NBA history, are reportedly hesitant to commit to such a massive contract, especially given the new luxury tax penalties under the NBA's collective bargaining agreement. Every dollar counts when you're already paying Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Andrew Wiggins big money. Adding a $30 million contract for Kuminga could force the Warriors into making tough sacrifices elsewhere on the roster. But here's the twist: Kuminga knows his value is skyrocketing, and other teams are watching closely. Around the league, executives are whispering about how they'd love to pry Kuminga away from Golden State. A 22-year-old forward with elite athleticism, defensive versatility, and a rapidly improving offensive game. Teams would line up to give him a max-level offer sheet if they could. And that's where the leverage comes in. Kuminga doesn't just want a pay raise, he wants to be prioritized. He's tired of being treated like a developing player when he feels he's ready to lead. Now let's rewind a bit. Throughout the 2024-25 season, there were signs of growing frustration from Kuminga's camp. Even though his minutes and production improved under new lineups, there were still games where he felt underutilized, especially during crunch time when Steve Kerr leaned on the veterans. Kuminga has repeatedly expressed his desire to have a larger role. Remember the controversy earlier this year when reports surfaced that Kuminga's confidence in Kerr's system was fading? That tension, combined with the team's early playoff exit, might have set the stage for this contract standoff. Golden State's front office, led by General Manager Mike Dunleavy Jr., now faces a massive dilemma. Do they cave into Kuminga's demands and lock him up long-term, effectively betting their future on him as the successor to Curry and Thompson? Or do they explore the trade market, potentially flipping Kuminga for another established star or a package of draft picks and players that could keep their championship window open? According to insiders, both options are on the table, and it's causing sleepless nights in the Bay Area. But here's where things get even spicier. Sources close to Kuminga's camp claim that the $30 million figure isn't just a negotiation tactic, it's a statement. It's about respect, about sending a message that he's no longer content with being in the shadow of the Splash Brothers. Kuminga reportedly believes he can be the face of a franchise, and if the Warriors aren't ready to give him that platform, he's willing to find another team that will. Just think about the ripple effects this could have on the Warriors' locker room. Steph Curry, who's entering the twilight of his career, has always been the unifying force holding this team together. But even Curry must be wondering how the team will transition into the next era. Losing Kuminga, their most talented young player, could derail the Warriors' plans for life after Steph. Draymond Green, known for his fiery personality, has already made it clear that the Warriors need to invest in their youth to stay competitive. He's publicly praised Kuminga's growth and called him the next great Warrior. But what happens if Kuminga walks away? Would that signal the official end of the dynasty that's defined the last decade of NBA basketball? And let's not forget the fans. Warriors fans have watched Kuminga grow from a raw prospect into a highlight reel machine. His dunks, his fast breaks, his energy, he's become a fan favorite. Social media is already buzzing with reactions to the contract rumors. Some fans are pleading with the front office to pay the man, while others are skeptical, arguing that Kuminga hasn't yet proven he's worth $30 million a year. It's a heated debate, and it's only going to intensify as free agency approaches. Speaking of free agency, this offseason could be the most pivotal in recent Warriors history. The team is already facing big decisions with Klay Thompson's future, Kevin Looney's potential departure, and now Kuminga's contract standoff. Could this be the moment where the Warriors finally pivot and start building around younger talent instead of clinging to the past? Or will they double down on their championship core and try to win one more title with Curry, even if it means risking their financial flexibility? Here's a scenario that's been floated by NBA insiders. What if the Warriors package Kuminga in a blockbuster trade for another superstar? Names like Pascal Siakam, Lauri Markkanen, and even Kevin Durant have been thrown around in trade rumors. Imagine Durant coming back to Golden State for one last run alongside Curry, with Kuminga as the centerpiece of the deal. It's not as far-fetched as it sounds, and in today's NBA, anything is possible. But would trading Kuminga be a mistake? Many believe that letting go of a 22-year-old talent with such a high ceiling could come back to haunt the Warriors for years to come. The $30 million demand also raises questions about the Warriors' salary cap strategy. With the NBA's new CBA rules, teams that exceed certain luxury tax thresholds face brutal penalties, including restrictions on trades and roster flexibility. The Warriors have already been paying historic luxury tax bills, and ownership might be reluctant to add another massive contract to the books. Joe Lacob, the team's owner, has always said he's willing to spend to win, but even he must be feeling the pressure of these escalating costs. From Kuminga's perspective, though, this might be the perfect time to push for a payday. He's coming off his best season yet, with career highs in points, rebounds, and assists. He's shown flashes of being able to take over games, and his two-way impact is undeniable. If the Warriors don't pay him now, another team will. There's a growing belief that Kuminga could become an all-star within the next few seasons, and he doesn't want to be locked into a deal that undervalues his future potential. Let's talk about the psychology of this situation. Kuminga grew up idolizing players who bet on themselves and won big, guys like Kawhi Leonard, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Jimmy Butler. He knows that in the NBA, you only get a few chances to secure life-changing contracts. This isn't just about the money, it's about establishing himself as one of the league's elite. He doesn't want to be remembered as just another role player in the Curry era. He wants to carve out his own legacy. And make no mistake, other teams are circling like sharks. Imagine Kuminga in a young, up-and-coming squad like the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Orlando Magic, or even the San Antonio Spurs alongside Victor Wembanyama. Those teams have cap space and would love to add a player with Kuminga's skill set. The Warriors know this, which is why they're under so much pressure to resolve this situation quickly. Behind closed doors, the negotiations are reportedly tense. Kuminga's agent is playing hardball, emphasizing that his client's market value will only go up. The Warriors, on the other hand, are trying to find a middle ground, perhaps offering a slightly lower annual salary but with incentives or bonuses that could make the deal worth close to $30 million if Kuminga hits certain milestones. So far, no agreement has been reached, and that's fueling speculation that a trade could be on the horizon. The timing of all this is brutal for the Warriors. After a disappointing playoff run where they failed to make a deep push, the team is already facing questions about its direction. Curry, though still playing at an MVP level, won't be around forever. Klay Thompson's future with the team is uncertain, and Draymond Green, while still a defensive anchor, is nearing the end of his prime.